Hey family, come with me to my storage unit / shop. This is my backdrop. This is the stuff that I sell in my Etsy shop, special need pajamas. And
you know, I had no idea that people were running businesses out of storage units. Like, how does that work? Is it legal? Do you bring customers there? You know, I don't even know. So I found a bunch of clips. We're going to go through them and see if we can figure this out. All right, let's go.
Hey guys, watch me turn my storage unit into a salon suite. So first I went and bought peel and stick tiles and I laid them down. Now I didn't lay these down in the correct brick layered method, and that is because I didn't want to have to cut any of the tiles down at the end. Work smarter, not harder. They still came out cute. Ugly floors are covered. Then I put the peel and stick wallpaper, and I was being cheap, y'all, so I reused wallpaper that I had in my garage, and it was a mess. It took forever. There were still some wrinkles and bubbles in it, and I was okay with this only because the couch was gonna cover the areas that had the bubbles on the bottom. It still came out really, really cute. Here I am putting my wall up with my light, and I absolutely love how it came out. I put some floor to ceiling curtains. So this was my failed attempt at doing a grass ceiling. This place is still a work in progress, but one thing about it is it's gonna be cute and it's gonna get done. So stay tuned for part 2.
Y'all have been eating me up about my salon suite storage unit, and I just wanted to say maybe y'all are right. So we're gonna go to the storage unit and we are gonna get clarity right now, because God is not the author of confusion. So I can't with the comments. I cannot with the comments. So we are gonna go right now and let's clear this up. We are walking in.
This is what should have been done beforehand. This is the girl from the previous clip. This is what should have been done beforehand. Ask permission, so you won't have to sneak around and do all this other stuff. Ask for permission. All right, this should have been done beforehand, but let's see what they say.
And now. Good, how are you? I had a quick question. Yes. So I know that you guys allow businesses. I wanted to know what the limitations were on businesses here.
What limitations?
So it would be if it was like braiding hair, where like it's just simply braiding hair.
You could do that.
Okay, of course. Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Boom! Clarity.
She said, that's all I needed to hear. I ain't got to ask you no more questions, sir. I'm gone. You said yeah, I'm out. Whoa.
I know y'all used to people lying to y'all, but I ain't one of them. So, I told y'all we was coming back to show you the finished product, and I meant that. I just needed to take a little time off to celebrate myself. And if you don't take time to celebrate yourself, let this be a reminder to do it. All right? Thank you. All right, now that we got that out the way. Over the last couple of days, I spent my time coming back and forth to the unit, just trying to get everything exactly how I wanted it and trying to figure out what little things I needed to just make it a peaceful space for me. As you can see, I got a whole bunch of boxes, packages that came in the mail for my birthday. Shout out to my crew, because they always looking out for me. Love y'all. Real quick, I thought I heard something, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I just did a little dance, because if I don't know nothing else, I know how to be silly. Anyway, back to what we doing. So, just doing a little cleanup. Y'all like my little carpet sweeper? Y'all remember that? I might be telling my age, but whatever. Cleaning up. Y'all, wait till y'all see it. Wait! Ah! This is me so proud of myself, because why not? Why wouldn't I be? Look at that. Positivity all around me. Y'all let me know what you think.
Man, like they be putting some nice setups in here. The one girl had braiding, so she actually would have to have people come to the storage unit. Um, but it seems like she just does her inventory here, packing and all that. I don't know. Like, how would y'all feel if you wanted to patron a business and they gave you a location and the location was the storage unit? I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I don't mind having a business in a storage unit, and that's where I, package everything and mail everything out, or that's where I make my products. I'd be cool with that. But for me as a business owner, if I had a business where customers had to come in and actually look at stuff and make a purchase, I don't know if I would have a storage unit for that. But that's just me. Somebody else could be different, but let's keep going.
Storage unit businesses. If you own a small business or you want to own a small business but you don't have the space for it, I'm going to tell you how you can put your small owned business in a storage unit facility and work out of it. Well, the first thing that you want to make sure that you have is an EIN, and then you want to get a business tax number. You can do those by just Googling them in your city. The process is fairly easy and should cost you no more than like $150. Here's some quick advice. Don't use your home address as your business address because you don't want to get audited. The next thing you should do is create a small and easy website. You can use Square, that's what I use. The easy part has now been done. The next thing you want to do is start calling storage facilities near you and ask them if you can house your business in a rental. Now, you absolutely don't want to be sneaky. You want to build a trusting relationship where you're going to be working out of. Not to mention, they have cameras so they can see you coming in and out. And if you're in your storage unit for a little too long, they will come down and say something. You also want to make sure that your unit is climate controlled and has electricity. For liability, make sure you do as much as you can at home and use your rental space or processing. That limits the amount of time that you have to be in here. Now, my last two pieces of advice, make sure you get your own portable hotspot because you are going to need some internet if you are processing orders. And make sure you get a power source because you might need some extra lights, even some AC. You might need to use some printers, some laptops. Whatever it is, you want to make sure that you get a power source. Mine is from EcoFlow. I got it off Amazon. I hope this helps a small business owner or a future small business owner. I wish that I had these tips and these tricks when I was just starting out. And make sure you fucking follow me for more. Bye.
Yeah, if you're just processing orders, I don't see anything wrong with this. As long as you get permission from the storage facility, that's number one. All right, don't do that sneaking around. Like she said, it's not worth it. I mean, from what I see, what I've seen so far, there's some storage units that allow you to, house your business there in a unit. And so you just got to look and call around for those. But, yeah, let's keep going.
All right, y'all, come to this storage unit with me and my little sister that we invested in as our office space. All right, so boom, this her little unit right here. It's about a 10 by 15. This is my unit. It's like a 10 by 25. So we had to go ahead to go to Target, go grab a couple things, furniture, little coat racks, and woo. That's all the little stuff that we bought that same day. As soon as we bought the unit, this is us going through the whole storage unit to see if it's pests, any rodents, anything, if it's dirty, if it's clean. We try to figure it out. You know, this all the stuff that we bought. This is her unit. This is the 10 by 15. It's a very nice space. Very nice space. She liked the little pole. I don't know why, but she kept it in there. This is me opening up my unit. This is the 10 by 25. It's extremely spacious. You can fit like 2 cars and a motorcycle in there. No, like for real, you can fit like 2 cars and a motorcycle in there. But this is my little unit that I invested in. This is one of the first pieces of furniture that I'm going to end up setting up in front of y'all right now, and that I'm going to be placing inside of my unit, which is just a little coat rack or a clothes rack, whatever you want to call it. Put it together myself, so, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to read the manual, you can just come back to my video and watch it. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much done. The first day of our business office investing. Go get y'all a storage unit. Very clean, very, very clean. Oh, and shout out to Holly, because she hooked us up with the best units up in the house for the cheapest.
Gotta cut that music, but here is the guy we just saw. This is day 1. Day 2. Okay. I guess a photography studio or something. Now that's different. That's different. You know, maybe I come and take pictures. Maybe I come to the storage unit to take pictures. This is day 3. Yeah, you gotta set up a little bit more in there. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. That's a nice setup right there. Maybe I come and take photography pictures, you know. This is day 4. I guess there's some difference in that. I don't know. But yeah, photography studio. I don't know who came up with this idea first to start doing this, but it's some smart people. It's some smart people. It's some smart people, because this is genius for real. For real, this is genius. Like I said, I wouldn't come in there to actually look around like it's a regular store. You know what I mean? Like I go into a clothing store and you don't know what you want, you know, and you just walking around looking, observing. I don't know how I feel about going into a storage unit to do that. But if I order something online and then I'm just coming to pick it up, yeah, I'd do that. I don't know why that's 2 different things, but I don't know. It just feels different, those 2 things. But let's keep going with this stuff.
So here are 4 reasons why I rented a storage unit for my business. Number 1, I grew out of my parents' house. It started in just my room and my second closet, and then all of my garments and my supplies started to accumulate in a spare room, and I felt so bad, so I knew I needed to find a solution. Number 2, I spend 95% of my time marketing my business and having a place I can film and create content that makes things 100 times easier. Number 3, it's a place I can just step away to and create. I work from home full time, so having a secondary space to create away from home allows me to have a place to focus and get out of the house for a little. Last but not least, it's a very inexpensive alternative to an office. One day I'll have my own office space, but right now, as I'm building my business, this works perfect. So here are
and I'm kind of with her. You know, this shouldn't be the end all be all. You know, your goal should be to upgrade from this space and get you an actual office space with an actual front door that you can put your name on the door. You know what I mean? Your business name. Something like that. This should not be, it's a good starting point. But the goal should be to go, you know, and do more than just this. But this is really genius though. Especially some of these setups. This is really genius. I love it.
Running a reselling business out of a storage unit can be difficult. There's 2 units. I'm going to show you the inventory unit. The left side does have hard goods and clothing. The back wall has hard goods that are a little bit too big, so that's like golf clubs and statues. And to the right is all shoes. I do picture all clothing items at home, so once the bin is labeled and filled, I'll bring it here and add it with the rest. And this is the wall of shoes. That's a whole nother video. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments. Each item is skewed on eBay, so once I see an item sold, I'll just go to that bin. This one's R6, open it up, and I'll just pull out the item that's sold. This system might be kind of chaotic for some people, but it does work for us as long as you're staying organized. And let me know in the comments if you have any questions.
Hey family, come with me to my storage unit / shop. This is my backdrop. This is the stuff that I sell in my Etsy shop, special needs pajamas, and I have them all in there. This is where I print my labels, and that is my power bank that I got from Amazon. I also run a cord all the way that lights up the room. I have my light, a fan, the desk. All the furniture is from IKEA. This comes together with that. The desk, the chair, everything is from IKEA, and the rest is from Amazon. So this is my shop.
Starting out in my apartment, got tired of coming in and seeing this every day. Made the move to get in the storage unit. The first storage unit I walked in had a light beaming right in, was dull, but it was all I needed to get the job done. This was the day I was fed up with my storage unit. I had a lot of orders and it was freezing cold in there to the point I couldn't feel my hands by the time I made it to like the 8th order. Yeah, you have to do this inside a climate controlled storage unit. That's the only way you're going to get this done, because it's like working in the cold. If it's cold outside, it's going to be cold in your storage unit, and you can't have that. If it's hot outside, it's going to be hot in your storage unit, and you're going to need climate controlled storage unit. I know it costs a little bit more, okay, but you gotta upgrade to that. I ended up taking all my inventory home that needed to be shipped, and having the storage unit was to have a space outside of my home where I could go and work. Moved everything out the same day, went to U-Haul, rented a van, and got everything out of there. New spot was cleaner and climate controlled. Great. Now I can work out of here efficiently without worrying about being hot or cold, SHELL. Fresh off of work, straight to it, had to organize everything I could to fulfill orders with ease. I didn't have the luxury of a light like in the last unit. Gotta create your own, man. Grabbed a power source from Amazon to light up the unit. Made it more comfortable with the artificial turf. These people are like, I don't know if they're getting ideas from places or how to set this up, or if they're just coming up with everything on their own. But these spaces look nice when they get it together. It looks nice. But yeah, using a storage unit for your business is legal. But you have to have permission from the storage unit facility. Get permission from them before you start anything. Before you even, sign up to rent it. Make sure it's all right first. All right? Because you don't want to buy all this stuff, get all set up, sneak it in there, set it up, and then find out that they don't allow it, and then they kick you out. It's just, you don't want that. But this is a good way to have space. A lot of people start their businesses and they started at home and they have all their stuff at their home and they're working out of their home and it's just too much. So if you could get a storage unit and have space that you can, take all your stuff, all your inventory, all your materials, and go to that storage unit space and actually work out of there, like I said, it is genius. And I had no idea people were actually doing this, and it makes all the sense in the world. I appreciate y'all watching this video. Hey, hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed yourself. All right. Thank you. All right. Hit the like button if you enjoyed yourself. All right. Thank you. I'll see y'all on the next one, man.